What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Bobby Gray, man. This is gonna be a little Mac vs PC video for y'all out there. It's actually in response to Darth Caboose. You know, I be kicking it with him, and we be talking on Skype, me and him and a couple other cats. But I just gotta put a stop to the ignorance. Dude, you're riding the fence of fanboy real fucking hard. Like the whole thing with the Mac software thing. For an average consumer or a soccer mom or someone you say like that walks into Best Buy to buy a PC or a Mac, a personal computer. They walk in there and out of the box, for the price that you pay, Macintosh offers some better software for the average consumer's needs. That's just how it is. Just because you have, you can say, oh, well, I can spend some money and go get these third parties. Well, that average soccer mom's not going to spend that money to go get those third parties. When you say out of the box, you mean when you pull that computer out of the box, plug it in and use it. Okay? That's the start with that thing. You said something about your updates. Go get your updates. You get this, you get that, you get this. Well, I don't want to have to do all that. If I was the average consumer, they're probably not going to do that. Most people on Windows, average consumers, soccer moms, teenagers, stuff like that, don't even do the updates unless it's set to automatically update, dude. A power user and an average consumer are two totally different things. That's where you're getting this whole thing confused, bro. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but you're riding the fanboy fence real hard, man. You have to look at this if you're going to look at it from a neutral point and then make your decision. Because obviously, you're still on that, oh, I got this and this works for me and this works for me and this works for me. Well, that's the point of having different OEMs and different configurations, alright? Because certain things work for certain people. But the average consumer really doesn't care if they have an ATI graphics card or an NVIDIA graphics card. They really don't care, as long as it works. Out of the box, reliability, ease of use, Apple owns that area. That's just the facts there, bro. Now let's get on to this little part about configuration so I can explain it to you, because on Skype you won't be quiet long enough for anyone to actually explain this to you, so I will explain it to you in a video. So here we go. I'm gonna let you say your piece and I will explain to you what I mean by that.
I mean by freedom. I've said it before in many of my videos. I'll say it again right now. What I mean by freedom is putting whatever hardware I want to. And yes, Bobby Gray is talking about, well, they do this, Apple and other OEMs develop and test hardware configurations that work with certain software. Well, did you also know that you could do that your own research about it?
No, you cannot do the same R&D that they're doing there, bro. You can do research on the hardware which you're buying, but you cannot sit there and test 400 different hardware configurations with your operating system to see which one works best for you. Do you know how much money you would spend in hardware parts alone just so you could try those 400 different configurations? Doing research on the internet about different parts and how they work with each other best is totally different than taking 400 different configurations and seeing which one of those configurations works best with your software. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. A computer is nothing without software. Nothing. And that's where a big part of quality falls in. I don't think there's you can ask pretty much any PC user out there, even other OEMs, Dell, HP, Acer, all of them. They don't just throw any hardware in their laptop or their desktop and just let it go. They actually test that shit. They want to make sure they have something reliable, because if they didn't, if they just tossed any old piece of this or piece of that in there and sold it, they'd be, the issues they would have would be unreal. They go under in no time. So I don't understand how the hell you think that you can do the same R&D testing that a multi-billion-dollar company does. You go out and buy 400 different parts so you can do 400 different configurations with your computer, okay? And you test them 400 configurations with a Windows OS, and tell me if you can actually go in Windows OS and rewrite the code so it works better with that piece of hardware that you want to put in there. Now that is what Apple does, okay? They own the operating system. They own their hardware. So they configure their hardware to work best with their software. It means more reliability. It means it's stabler. And it's a better quality build. So, go get your pencil and paper and write that down. And as far as the DAW and software, you're totally off balance with that. If I pay $500 for Logic and I get 100 plugins with it that are top quality plugins, very, very good plugins, it's totally different than me paying $600 for Pro Tools with 20 plugins and then having to pay anywhere from $50 up to $10,000 for third-party plugins. Okay? So far as audio software goes, or any DAWs out there, DAWs, dude, you're totally off balance with that. And this whole thing about iTunes, I don't even know what to say to you about this, man. Who gives a shit if it's 32-bit or 64-bit? Really? Does it make that big of a difference playing an MP3? I don't think so. Right? And, before you start jumping on everything and start pointing out with these pointless videos and fumbling your mic around, stop, do some research, stand in the middle, not on the PC side, not on the Mac side, just stand in the middle and look at it from both perspectives. Then make a educated decision. It's your boy Ill Will. I speak in my piece on the Mac PC thing. I'll holler at you.